All right, we're going to start all over. All right, let's start all over. Okay.
Okay.
Tell me your name, what year you went.
Okay. My name is Wang. I went in 1991, and I came up here from San Diego.
For the reunion. Okay. And let me just go through this. So how did you first hear about the Love Boat Alumni Initiative? How did you hear about us?
Right. I think it was through the 1991 group that...
Yes. The 1991 Facebook group.
That
you came over.
That I came over to the initiative group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you flew in from San Diego, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now tell me what you thought about the reunion, and don't be polite. 不要客气, okay?
Yeah.
So tell me the good and the bad. Like, what was...
Okay, the good, I think it was... I didn't know what to expect, so I came in, and I think it was interesting because it was a very broad range of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people seemed to show up that didn't really know anyone else, so it was a good icebreaker. I don't really have anything negative to say.
Well, okay, but what did you think of it overall? Like, who did you meet? You were telling me about your... Yeah.
I ran into an old friend from high school. He was actually a little bit younger, and actually the main way I knew him is we played basketball together.
In high school?
At Chinese school.
Oh. How's your Chinese?
My Chinese, it's okay.
Were you born in Taiwan?
I was born in Taiwan.
Okay, and how old were you when you left?
10 months.
Oh, 10 months?
Yeah.
Oh, but you guys speak Chinese
We
at
speak
home?
Chinese at home.
Yeah. Do you read and write?
A little bit. Pinging helps on the phones.
Thank God for pinyin, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. So you came. So yeah, what did you think of it? Did you meet other people that
I
you knew?
meet other people.
Okay.
Yeah, I met a couple different new people.
Your year? Did you meet anybody?
Yeah, I
your year?
met the people from my year, but I think they were Group C, or
Okay.
I didn't know them back then, or I didn't remember them.
Okay.
And then I think a moment was going through the yearbook, and I was like, oh, I remember this person, this person, this
Oh,
person.
really? Do you still have your yearbook?
I do.
You do? Okay. Yeah, that
So
was cool.
That was cool. And I've had a few encounters over the years too, where people found me. You know, I have a friend in Taiwan that ran into my dad. And my dad took us around during Love Boat, so he reached out to my dad. And then was like, can I get in
To
touch
find
with-
you? Oh
to
my
find me, and we were
gosh,
both
that
in
is so
Taiwan at
cool.
the same time. So I invited him yesterday, but he didn't come.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you know Jim?
I met him in Taipei
Oh, wait. When were you there?
during the pandemic.
Oh, during the pandemic. Okay.
Yeah, I went back and through Bean.
Yes.
Yeah, so we met at Bean's office basically during one of the events.
And how do you know Bean? It's all these
I
connections.
met Bean, I don't know, a long time ago. Just in game industry. So he was a game industry analyst, I think, at the time at Deutsche Bank.
Yeah.
That's when I met him. So I'd see him all over the world, you know, at different venues.
Yeah. He's all over the place.
Yeah,
He's still all over the place.
Shanghai,
Yeah. It's a really
Singapore,
small world.
Hong
It's a
Kong,
really small world. Yeah.
Taipei, LA.
Yeah.
Seen him probably in a dozen cities.
Yeah. How often do you go back to Taiwan? Your parents are there?
Yeah, my parents are there.
Okay.
At least once a year. Usually for a month or more.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, so you must be quite tapped into the Taipei crowd.
Yeah.
So do you know all the alumni? I mean, do you have alumni friends in Taiwan?
I usually find out that they're alumni.
After the fact.
After the fact.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so, we do have a Taipei team.
Okay.
Do you know that?
No, I
Okay,
don't know
so
what it is.
I was there this summer, and I reached out and said, hey, I'd love to talk to whoever is alumni out in Taiwan. Because, like I said in my speech, I had no idea so many people from Oriented were Love Boat alumni. I guess it's only now that you start asking that question, but when we're in our 20s and 30s, who cares? It's like, oh yeah, you too? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, what year?
Yeah, that was about it. Did you know so? But I think it's natural to assume that the alumni that are in Taiwan or Hong Kong, China, the ones who moved back, many were inspired to be there from their experience at the Love Boat. And they probably see each other all the time, so having a big reunion like last night, to me, doesn't seem like something they would be interested in. So I wanted to talk to them and see, and so that's when we had that conversation about a potential research project to, maybe I should just film myself. I'm kidding. But anyway, my
good.
point is, okay. Well, see,
interview
when the
you.
camera's on me, then I start to like clam up. But it
can
was
look at me.
talking to them. You know, we were kind of exploring ideas about this research project to measure with data the impact of the Love Boat program. I think that would have tremendous significance to so many things that we would love to do. Just to know that, right? But so they agreed. So it's 4 people. It's Susan Chow. Do you know Susan?
No.
I can't believe you guys. It amazes me how when people don't know each other.
Right.
And then it amazes me of the people who do know each other. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
but Susan Chow, Leland Lai.
I know Leland.
You know Leland. Oh, how do you know Leland?
I think he's my friend's cousin, but I met him in Taipei during the pandemic
Yes.
as well.
Okay, Leland. Lin Lee. Do you know Lin Lee, the dragon boat guy? And then Peter Wang, the crypto guy.
I don't know him.
Well, when you go.
Oh,
when
Peter
you-
Wang.
Peter Wang.
Okay, yeah, I know. He
He's
works
good
at
friends with Jim.
Bitfinex. Bitfinex, Peter? Compliance?
The crypto person. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Let me turn it back around. So anyway,
Yeah, I know.
This
I
is
think I know
back on,
Peter.
yeah.
I know Peter.
but yeah. So those 4.
I didn't know
are,
Peter was part of that. See?
I don't remember that he was alumni. I mean, I didn't know Susan was alum. I knew Susan from many years ago when I was living there.
I'm pretty sure Peter and I have talked about Love Boat now that.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
just had no idea, right?
Yeah,
But anyway, so
last night.
Susan agreed to be our lead contact in Taipei, and then the others are. So it's brand new. This whole thing is brand new, right? And so anyway, when you're back in Taiwan, contact Susan. They're all on Facebook in our Facebook group.
Okay.
Lin is our Facebook administrator, so you see him everywhere. You know, he's
Okay.
very active on there. But anyway, yeah. So, what else do I want to ask you? Anything else you want to say? I mean, what do you? What are your
I
thoughts
think-
about?
I think
You were
it's-
telling me
it's- yeah,
earlier about
yeah.
stage of life. Like, why do you think that there's so much interest in bringing Love Boat alumni together and back together? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's just you know, I'm in my 50s, right? So
Even though you look like you're 18, but okay, go ahead.
So it's an interesting age because our kids are grown. It's a little bit of nostalgia, and then I think there's something we can do. I think is really what it is. Yeah, there's an energy because the connection. My friend from high school that I read to, literally, I haven't seen him since before the Love Boat. I wasn't even aware that he went on the Love Boat. But there's a lot of, it feels like one of those, my attorney who I met with yesterday called it Kismet. I told him about it, which is like fate. And then in Chinese it would be Yuan.
Yuan.
Yeah, so there's a very Yuan vibe to it all.
That's true. But it's stage of life. What other reasons do you think it is that just people are so? I mean, obviously, a 6-week program is a long program to spend with people, with your peers, at that coming of age period of time of our lives, right? So that alone is something, a shared experience.
Yeah.
This is why we need to have like a but then I'm trying to interview you, and then
Go ahead.
I'm the one
Continue.
who's like talking, and now what was I saying?
You were talking about stage of life, the impact of the 6-week program.
Yeah, I mean, well, as we were saying, it's many things converging now. It's where we are in our lives right now. It's our shared experience of the Love Boat. It's the many good friends that we all made from the Love Boat that are still part of our lives in so many ways. And it's also the after COVID effect of people just wanting to reconnect. You know, it's like I was saying when we were meeting, we just had a meeting. Yuan, me, and Jim just had a meeting about the future of this Love Boat Alumni Initiative. And see, I lost my train of thought because I'm looking at those 3 cameras going, man, this is intimidating. What was I saying?
You can look at me. You were talking about that stage of life. I think because I think for a lot of us, we grew up in a very, like there were very few Asians around us growing up. So for us, it was the first time really reconnecting independently. Maybe there's family trips. But we were
Yes.
able to go back and reconnect as young adults
Yes.
with our roots for the first time.
Yes, that's right.
And
People who said I would never date a Chinese guy or
Right.
Chinese girl, you know,
Right. I think there were definitely people that were even less exposed, like,
Yes.
Minnesota or like these other
The
states.
South,
The South.
yeah.
So for them, it was the first time they actually saw an Asian person that wasn't their family.
Right. Like Philip,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
He said it was the first time he felt like he was accepted or
Yeah.
part of a group. Yeah. No, it's true. So, any other thoughts about alumni and what we're doing?
I
And
just really appreciate what you've done.
oh God, stop! I'm
It's
not.
true.
I'm not doing it for all of you. I'm doing it for me. Okay.
But
It's all good. It's all
great.
good.
Yeah, I think, I look forward to seeing how this unfolds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Okay.